if you will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and stay standing for the invocation.
Mayor, Council. Hi. She got you, didn't she? That's okay. You know those colors, red, white, and blue? The red stands for valor, the white for virtue, the blue for vigilance. Something to pray about in our lives. And right now, the James Webb Space Telescope is flying around, taking pictures of faraway galaxies. But may I remind you, you have neighbors who need looking after, children in the community that need watching and loving, and families that you need to think about, and we'll pray for them right now. Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Wonderful celebration of good things that are taking place in our community. Bless this community, and we thank you for the youth and every person who lives here, and those who serve and lead us. Bless them, strengthen them, give them wisdom, even tonight. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
Michael, if you'll take a roll call, please.
Councilman Marcos.
Here.
Councilman Blevins.
Here.
Councilman Schlack.
Present.
Councilman Valerius.
Here.
Councilman Loyd.
Here.
Pro Tem Lally. Here. And Mayor McLeod.
Here.
We have a quorum, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Schlack,
Second.
second by Mr. Marcos. Any corrections or changes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of June 28th? Motion by Mr. Lally,
Second.
second by Mr. Blevins. Any corrections or changes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Has been approved. Thank you. And now we have presentations, oath of office for two new police officers.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Yeah, it is good news today. So we're hiring two lateral police officers that we managed to swipe from another department. I don't poach, but I certainly aren't going to pass away two good officers that walk into our city. So first of all, if James Vanderra Jr. could come up. Come up, sure, come up too. So Jimmy, his dad, James Vanderra, we worked on the hostage negotiator team together. He was at River Rouge, just retired. Now he's the police chief at Luna Pier. Got a really cool restaurant down there I like. But Jimmy Jr. Comes from River Rouge PD, has an associate's degree. We got really lucky. He inner city Baptist graduate, Allen Park resident, married to Juliana 6 years, right? Coming on. You want to come up, Juliana? Just right now. Come on. Both these gentlemen have great credentials. Jim is both of them actually are patrol rifle instructors, basic firearm instructors. Jim's been through raid, planning and high-risk warrant search warrant, read interrogation, breaching tools, and also been through diversity and de-escalation training. So we're lucky to have him. And again, like an Allen Park resident, like I said. Craig, would you want to come up with your fiance, Jessica? Craig Brna is also from River Rouge Police Department. He also is a firearms instructor, handgun, rifle. He was an evidence tech. And kind of uniquely, first time in our history, he actually is a taser instructor. And because of COVID, all of our taser instructors are no longer certified. So last time we borrowed someone from Wyandotte PD, they're not available. So he has been tasered before, although he went through the training by Pappas actually trained him. He didn't get tasered then. He's actually willing to get tasered. It's not something we force him to do, but it's good for officers to go through to understand the dynamics of it. So for the first time, Craig, brand new officer, is going to tase Jim, brand new officer. So we offered to tase him again. If he said yes, he'd probably send him back to the psych test again because nobody wants to go through that twice. So that'll be Facebook Live here on Thursday. So I'm sure Detective Thorburn will put that out there. So if we can, Mr. Clerk, Chief Vanderra is going to pin his son, Jim, and Jessica's going to do Craig. And then if you want to swear him in.
I'm going to bring you guys this way, if you don't mind standing there. I've had people at home say they want to hear the oath of office, and
So if you guys could turn maybe that way towards Mr. Gibby.
I think you can swivel that too.
you know what?
This way.
Okay, I'll shout it. In fact, you don't even need me in the picture. Okay, I'm not gonna make you guys repeat after me. Just at the end, say I swear, I do, I affirm, whatever you guys feel comfortable with, okay? Excuse me, I'm gonna have you two gentlemen raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and that you will endeavor to secure and maintain an honest and efficient administration of the affairs of the city of Allen Park, free from partisan distinction or control, and that you will perform the duties of full-time police officers to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I swear.
All right, congratulations.
You can't see.
Help you? There's a little trick to it. You gotta- It is now. All right, and then if you guys would turn around, I know the mayor and council want it.
Yes, we,
You think, Mayor, can I get a picture of the two separate, I'll do
Yeah.
both families separate.
before we let you gentlemen go outside and take further pictures, we have gotten into the habit of letting council members speak because it's all been too frequent where you're all gone and they have things that they wanted to communicate to you. So I'm going to start, tonight I'll start with Tony Lally. He can go first.
Turn your mic.
Be a asset to the city. It's proud to have you on board. And be safe. Thank you for coming here now.
Thank you both for coming. Appreciate it. I think James, I think you already know this is a pretty amazing community. Craig, I think you'll find that out. This is and really appreciate while we're home sleeping safe in our beds, you guys are out there keeping us safe. I also very much like to extend a thank you to your families. I know it's not easy being at home while they're out keeping us safe. So we're very appreciative of you and letting your significant others make this a great place to live and work. So thank you very much.
Just wanted to thank you as well, not only for your willingness to serve and protect us all, but just making the decision to continue your career in law enforcement here in Allen Park. And same as Dan said, thanks to your families as well for their support and their encouragement in regards to your chosen career paths. Stay safe. God bless and thank you.
I'll just be quick and easy. Congratulations and thank you for coming to Allen Park. And I look forward to many years of service and getting to know you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in Allen Park and just stay safe.
Thank you guys very much. You're really welcomed here. It's a great city and appreciate you guys coming here. Thank you and your families very much.
Yeah, we like the, oh, sorry, Mayor. Yeah, one more.
Well, I just get to repeat everybody else, but obviously we are very happy to have you here. I had the pleasure of meeting both of these gentlemen at the donut eating contest, and as a matter of fact, I had a long conversation with Officer Vanderra, who had his little boy with him, who was, everybody could see is just too precious for words. And thank you for selecting us. We hope that you have a long and a fulfilling career in our city. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yep. Want to thank Mayor and Council again with these two gentlemen. That is 5 laterals that we've had in about 7-8 months with this new higher starting pay and the lateral program. I'm hoping we have a gentleman out in the audience that I tried poaching at the uniform store. Want to stand up for a second? Stand up. So he's in the Detroit Police Academy, so I'm hoping to get him when he gets out as a new officer. But another Allen Park resident. So who knows? We do have 2 applications so far. So after these, our list is expired. So if you want to apply, please apply. We do have 2 other laterals that applied. One is from Detroit. I'm not going to give a name, but we still need more. So come on down. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you. This evening is going to continue to be an evening of celebration. If you look at our agenda, my next order of business is to do several proclamations. I'm going to do the one for Abigail Russell first. She was unable to make it tonight, but having looked at some of her accomplishments to date and her records, I can well imagine that about this time next year, we will probably be having her in front of us again, because it seems as though every meet that she goes to, she just continues to throw that disc further and further. And I see this as something that's going to be a regular core of business. So this evening, in recognition of Abigail Russell earning all state honors in track and field in the 2022 Division I State Championship, and All-American honors at the 2022 New Balance National Outdoor Track and Field Competition. Whereas on June 4, 2022, Abigail Russell, Allen Park High School Track and Field Team, captured the Michigan High School Athletic Association Division I State Championship in the Discus with a throw of 144 feet and 4 inches, 7 feet further than her nearest competitor. And whereas Abigail also captured the state championship title in the shot put with a put of 41 feet and 8 1/4 inches, 8 inches further than her nearest competitor. And whereas at the New Balance National Outdoor Competition held from June 16 to June 19, Abigail threw a personal record of 44 feet and 6 3/4 inches in the put, earning her 5th place and All-American honors. And whereas, as a sophomore, she has, through hard work and dedication, continued to excel in her sport, building on her record-setting success as a freshman and bringing honor upon herself, her school, and the entire Allen Park community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Gail McLeod, on behalf of the city of Allen Park and all of its elected officials, do hereby recognize and congratulate Abigail Russell for her outstanding achievements and wish her continued success. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Allen Park, Michigan be affixed this 12th day of July, 2022. And now it's my honor to do a proclamation in recognition of the Allen Park High School softball team winning the 2022 Division I State Championship. And I must say that I attended last night's school board meeting, and I got to see a number of these young ladies last night, but unfortunately it was mostly the back of their heads. But I'm very glad that they could make it here this evening. Not say enough good things about them. And as I read through this, when I call your names, if you would please stand. Whereas on June 18, 2022, the Allen Park High School softball team captured the Michigan High School Athletic Association Division I State Championship, and whereas under the leadership of head coach Michael Kish and assistant coaches Boitnoff and Steve Littleton. The 2022 championship marked the first time that the Jaguars softball squad has captured the state championship title. And whereas through their hard work, dedication, teamwork, and commitment, the Lady Jaguars brought honor upon themselves and to the entire Allen Park community. And whereas the City Council recognizes Mackenzie Battlelow, Autumn Bridges, Kylie Carr, Melody Filipiak, Avery Garden, Madison Hool, Mia Hool, Molly Hool, Riley Kish, Bailey McAllister, Ashton Omadillo, Faith Heschke, Madeline Ramey, Michaela Sitarski, and Morgan Sizemore for their accomplishments, hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Gail McLeod, on behalf of the City of Allen Park and all of its elected officials, do hereby recognize and congratulate the Allen Park High School Lady Jaguars softball team and coaches for their outstanding achievement in winning the Division I state championship. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Allen Park, Michigan, be affixed this 12th day of July, 2022. Thank you, ladies. And if I could get the coaches, if there are any here, step up. And the whole team, actually. And I have to get the newspapers, so there's some newspaper articles. Sure, and I'm not sure I give Abigail a but I'll give this. Come on. Now, you're not required to be here for schoolwork, so if you want to depart before we get on to the rest of the meeting, feel free to do so. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Just like that, they were gone.
I was gonna do a raffle for the first 6 rows on my right-hand side. Apparently they're gone. Oh, good. I guess the whole family, the Hools.
Yeah, there's twins in that.
I don't know, I don't wanna make any point, but I think one of those young ladies may be going to
University, yes, she is.
down in Ann Arbor.
Maddie is, yes.
Go blue.
I think 4 of them total are going to be playing next year. Molly's going to be playing at Wayne State, and then Autumn is someplace, and then Kish is going to, I think, GVSU. So, we got 4 of them are going to be playing.
Maddie's at U of M.
Yeah.
She's been named, I've got a couple of articles that I clipped where she's been named
I got a report.
All-State.
Okay. Nobody cares about my report. These young ladies.
All right, we have to get, this is a council meeting, so we have to get down serious about it, so.
I'm thinking for Abigail Russell, this room here has to be, I think we're about, 90 feet in this room, and she went 104 So she's up to the flagpole.
Yep.
And she's a sophomore?
She's
Yeah.
throwing a shot, was it this?
She'll be a junior next year.
Discus 140.
41 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, good evening, Mayor, Council, residents, the department heads that decided to stay. Definitely cleared out. It's getting a little cooler in here, too. Just some quick updates on what we got going on in the city. We got the street improvement program, the storm sewer work on Rosedale from Moore to Wick Road. That has been finished. They were in town today. Hard Rock, that was actually done by D'Angelo Brothers. They're a subcontractor for Hard Rock Cement, or Hard Rock Concrete. And so they finished up that portion. Hard Rock is in town now. They are removing the concrete on Moore, I apologize, on Rosedale. On the west side of the street, they started at Moore. They're working north towards Wick. And they should have that taken out. I'm gonna guess they probably have concrete poured back in by early next week. And should be good to go. And then that project's gonna just keep moving on. I think we should expect this crew to work extremely fast compared to previous years from what we've already seen. Storm pipe installation will then start on Park Avenue from Champaign to Angelique, and then they'll move over to Philomene from Park Avenue to Colwell. At the same time, Savone Cement has just finished up Buckingham Court at Goddard Road and also some section on Enterprise Drive down near the old Frito-Lay portion, Ventcon in the far north end at adjacent to 94. Today they started on work at the intersection of Wick and Ruth, and also Wick and Lawrence. They're going to be doing that Wick Road in concrete. That's the one when we're all finished. We'll have concrete from Allen Road all the way to Vine, and much smoother than it was in previous years. I think when I first got here, I remember taking a tour with Bob Cady, and the parking lanes were just ruts from the garbage trucks. So much major improvements from where we're at. As part of that project, though, the intersection of Wick and Lawrence will be closed for approximately 1.5 weeks during that concrete reconstruction. While Lawrence is normally a one-way coming from Inglewood towards Wick, it'll be turned into two-way. We will allow two-way traffic during this construction period. If we don't do that, the people won't be able to get out of leave their house, and we don't want to do that. So temporarily, two-way traffic. And then once that's completed, that intersection's back open, then we'll get back to one-way traffic. Al's Asphalt was in town last week. They completed the community parking lot and also a small portion of Gahona. They are now working on some prep work over here in Arnold between Beatrice and Warwick Avenue. That'll be a paving project on Arnold. And get one less dirt road in the city. We'll have one more paved. Police auction on Saturday is scheduled for 10 o'clock. That's going to be at the impound lot, which is at the DPS facility, 24,000 Outer Drive. I think the chief said he had about 40-some cars. I'm going to guess 42, I think he might have said, but somewhere in that range. Need to get those out so we can make room for some new cars coming in, as that just seems to be a regular cycle. Also, 2 weeks from, in 2 weeks, the 23rd of July, Saturday the 23rd, DDA will be hosting a Touch a Truck event. That'll be held in the Prestige parking lot, just to our, to our east, and that'll be from 10 to 2. A number of contractors will be bringing in equipment so the kids can get in there, climb around, touch, and feel what it's like to be in the driver's seat of one of those big rigs. So a lot of fun for that. Festivities Commission has the plan for the 2022 Allen Park Street Fair for Friday, August 5th. And Saturday, August 6th. One of the members was in today, Tina Gavricki. She dropped off some yard signs out front. I had her put them in the lobby. If you want to grab one and take home and display, we greatly appreciate it. And I believe they ordered about 50 of them throughout the city. So if you can grab one and get it in your neighborhood, that'd be greatly appreciated. And then just want to acknowledge one employee that's going to reach a milestone of years of service with the city. That's Michael Estrada in the fire department. He'll have 10 years on July 17th. That is everything I have.
May I have a motion to accept it?
Motion.
Motion to accept and file the administrator's report. That was Dan Loyd. Second by Mr. Valerius. Any comments or questions?
They did that Buckingham Court, I just want to mention that's a curved entrance. It's like four lanes. It's at the boulevard in the middle. And they did a really nice job. They made the curbs, because it's curved, it goes into, splits off into two different streets, and they made the curbs much smaller. I'm telling you, a lot of people are gonna be happy about that. They're gonna make me turn up their wheels from quick those corners. So they did a nice job.
That was Savone that did that.
That was Savone,
project
yes.
for us, yeah.
I think, a question on the yard signs for the street fair, I think they want those back. I seem to recall that they were going to be able to reuse them and just put a different date on them, so.
They have a big 40 on it?
Oh, does it? Well, then I guess they can't, no
Put a-
wonder I
put a
have a hard
one.
time. No wonder I have a hard time reading them from the
It is a
street.
4-0.
Okay,
That,
I think that was perhaps something that they had talked about then.
One-time only deal, I think.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I won't hang on to mine. All right, then. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. And we come to public comments. If anyone would like to come up and speak, all we ask is that you give us your name and the street on which you live. Do not provide your entire address, and limit your comments to 4 minutes and be civil.
Anybody? You chased them all out, Marco.
Keep trying.
Well, if no one's coming up, we'll close the public comment section and move on to the consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda, we have claims and accounts, payroll report, the finance actions of the finance overview, budget to actual report, balance sheet, and cash flow. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Lally. Second by,
I have a question. Do I have to? Do we have to?
we can't do that on consent.
Well, if we don't put it on the consent agenda.
Well, you would have to
Oh,
ask
it'd
that
be
something be
during
removed.
that, yeah.
Yeah. But you can ask a question later.
Okay.
Questions related to the question you had earlier?
Yes.
That check will be pulled,
That's what I
that check will be pulled from the
Okay.
packet.
Okay. I knew I don't know.
Do I?
Support.
That's why, yeah. Supported by
Support.
Mr. Blevins. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Did Mr. Lally make the motion, Mayor?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Now we come to resolutions. The first one being to approve the DPS Director, Tom Murray, to attend the City Works Training and Conference.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Lally,
Support.
supported by Mr. Marcos. Any questions or comments? I think the only comment I will make is the reason it's coming to the council for approval is because it is out of state. And just wanted everyone to be aware of that. I think that was covered in the memo, and I think we're all pretty clear on that.
Through the chair, if I may, typically we handle the in-state travel administratively, but being out-of-state travel, when we come back for mayor council's approval on that.
Thank you.
And we've done that in the past. I believe we did it for recreation. I think Kyle and Pat and Rob went to Ohio. Maybe call this.
Is there any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution has passed. The second resolution is to concur with the Festivities Commission and approve their expenditures for the Beautification Award plaques and a double-sided City of Allen Park sign at Allen Road and Pelham Road. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Marcos.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lally. Questions or comments?
Through the chair, this is coming before you because the commission did approve the purchase, but it has to be finalized by mayor and council as part of the ordinance.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution has passed. Resolution 3 is to approve the Water Department's purchase of a 2023 Freightliner panel van through the City of Rochester Hills contract in the amount of $234,965, and to waive the city bid process as there is no economic benefit since using the City of Rochester Hills RFP RH 20-023 contract. Motion.
Motion, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Loyd.
Second.
Second by Mr. Valerius. Comments or questions? Mr. Murray will come up and give us some information.
So this is the piece of equipment you see that we go on every water main break, hydrant repair, most everything the water and sewer does. It's a big, looks like a chip truck. It says City of Ellen Park on the side, Water Department. This one now is 13 years old, and we're looking for a new one just to keep our fleet up to snuff. And the old one, I have a couple buyers that are interested. It's still decent, but this isn't our capital plan we've been producing for our 5 years and then every 5 years out. So it's been in there for a while.
Any questions?
You have to go through the city of Rochester to get this,
So let me explain that. So we have a very wonderful individual named Roy Shipman. He is a supervisor of DPS and the mechanics garage, and he looks throughout the state for who has the best deals. There's something called a My Deal that most communities use that the state puts out there. The Rochester Hills contract is cheaper or more savings than even the My Deal. So he did such. To give you some relation in the kind of deals we get, even though it sounds like a large number, they had to add another surcharge because steel just continuously has a surcharge. When they sent me the surcharge, they forgot to send me our price. They sent me the actual normal price. We saved just on the chassis $20,000 for that Rochester bid from what if you were just a commercial person buying the chassis, that's not the whole unit. I was amazed by that. So to give you an idea how much savings is actually from a government bid.
So we just piggyback on their contract?
Yes, we do. Yes. It's
We
cheaper than us
order it,
putting it
so.
out and everything else when you've got other people that have good prices like that. You just have to make sure that that community is okay with you riding their contract, which we have agreements. That's how we buy our police cars also. I think we do that through Signature Ford, through Mount Clemens maybe, somewhere in that area. Macomb County, I'm sorry. So we use what we find the best and then ask if we can use their contract.
hey, Tom, I think we're gonna get a little bit more, a little bit of money for the other one?
Yeah, I don't want to tell you how
Pretty
much I'm
decent?
thinking because I don't want you holding me to it, but a decent amount of money, yes.
Decent amount?
Not no $230,000, a decent amount of money, but a 5, maybe a 0, and a couple other numbers after that.
So when you sell the old one, this will just, we will
The money
just
will
have,
replenish back into that account.
and we just have just the one
Yes,
van?
yes, I'm not trying to have two. I can't sell the old one I have that I'm currently using until I have a new one to then clean it up and.
And how many
market
years
it.
do these?
This one was
last?
13 years old, and it's still in pretty good condition. As I said, though, we, prior to an EFM, did not buy any equipment, pretty much for many, many eons. And our fleet was falling apart. We were spending more money on repairing it than we would have just to purchase new. So this was part of just the capital of a life cycle that the city of Ellen Park finds that to be. It isn't a dead piece of equipment. It's just replenish it now. We know we got 13 to 15 years, hopefully.
Delivery time on this, or your lead time, it could be anywhere from 14 to 16 months.
Yeah, well, this one they're saying maybe 8 to 12, but we just received the 2 dumps from your last fiscal year, a week before this past fiscal year finished. So it took us literally 12 months to receive those.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, that resolution has passed. Resolution 4, to approve the recreation hill at Kennedy Park with existing soil from the DPS yard. Motion, please.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Schlack.
Second.
Second by Mr. Valerius.
Any questions first?
Does anyone have, as you'll recall, I think we talked about this at either one of our study sessions or a previous work session. We talked about runners being able to use the
Yeah.
hill, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's the reason for the reference to recreational. Because
Yeah.
It's gonna be used, we see it being used as a multi-purpose, aspect. You have, runners in the summertime, springtime, summertime, fall time, in the wintertime when it snows. Perfect. I believe that you'll have some people that use it for sled hill as well. This area here, I don't anticipate, I anticipate a lot of people are gonna use it, there's no doubt. But I don't think you'll have the use that you have at like a Ford Field, Dearborn, or the sled hill in Woodhaven, because of the location, those locations are really prominent
It's a little bit more off
very
the beaten
visible.
path.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Not for Joe, though.
Not for Joe.
So,
You can give her Gary and
North side.
Matt, Councilman Slack and Councilman Valerius, right around the block.
Mr. Blevins.
I was just gonna ask, if, when approved, when will this happen and, or time frame?
I could start Mario tomorrow. He's aware of it if it were to get approved. I think it would be in a short time frame that he'd have to contract out a company because typically of this nature, even when we do get rid of the dirt to a landfill, we have to hire a trucking company. That's what they do. So he has to get with the trucking company that he made terms with. Could be a few weeks to a month, and then they get rolling. It would be done probably by late fall. He personally is hoping nobody uses it this winter because he wants to get the grass to grow. And fresh grass, let's say it starts to grow October, when it can, if it's not really hardy and people are sledding down a lot, it may be a little muddy in the spring. But we can't stop them. It is what it is.
Can't stop.
I would like to explain where this came from, other than recreational. So we have a pond at the new DPS facility. That pond is there for stormwater management that is required by the state of Michigan and Wayne County because we turned a big open field into a hard surface. To finish that pond, we have approximately 10,000 tons of dirt that have to be removed. The only other place you can put this dirt is at a landfill that charges us almost $10 a ton. So if you do the math, if we're spending more money to get rid of it than we are to just relocate it and maybe give it some purpose. So that's where the idea came first and foremost for this project.
If we use all that dirt, can we use all that dirt when we take the theater down and all this?
I have enough dirt
Got
for
enough
both.
there?
I have enough dirt for
Okay.
both. Mhm.
This will, I believe, remove the ball field that is at that site now. Okay.
Yes.
So there's an existing ball field there. It is in some rough shape. It's been very difficult to get back into shape over the years. It just doesn't get used. For maybe a practice here or there.
Not much.
So
It
maybe
takes
just
a
by
lot of
neighborhood. So I think this will be a better use for the neighborhood in general.
I do believe also, as I put in the memo, it will help buffer probably some of that I-94 traffic noise over there. I don't think I'm pretty sure there's not walls by that area back there. No, so something of that size, 25, 30 feet high, would probably really reduce some of that traffic noise from I-94. I think that would help the neighborhood as well.
It will actually absorb the sound
Yeah.
better than a wall will.
Right.
Where it bounces off the wall and sometimes
Just
increases the sound.
giving you another good point to what I think this would do for over there.
Name it Mount Murray.
No.
Was there any other questions?
I
think
was just
Mr.
gonna
Marcos.
mention about the panel van. Having dealt with them for a lot of years in the automotive business, so rest assured, there's not a lot of money to these dealers and these things. It's hard to find guys who even want to sell them. Most of the time, in fact, I've done it before where we've sold to rental companies, cities, municipalities. The bidding process is so intense and so competitive that there's very little profit to the dealers. And we call them courtesy deliveries. That's what we used to call them because we didn't make anything on it. The dealers look to make it on financing, repairs, shop work, so, and numbers. So just so you're aware, these things are expensive and there's little.
He's back on the van.
I know. He want one back.
I
mean,
know.
It is totally custom made other than the chassis too, so it's not something that's just on a shelf.
Right. And I know the bid process on this, it's very competitive, so.
Any other questions on the Hill? Oh, make something good and save some money. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, that resolution is passed. Now we come to the third reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance number 3-2022. May I have a motion to authorize the third reading?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Blevins,
Second.
second by Mr. Lally. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Carrera.
Good evening. Third reading by title only of proposed ordinance 03-2022, an ordinance of the City of Allen Park Code of Ordinances amending Chapter 26 offenses by the addition of Division 4, nitrous oxide, to Article 6, offenses against public morals, to regulate the sale, distribution, possession, and use of certain chemical agents and devices known as nitrous oxide, commonly known as whippets.
Thank you. Now we will open the public hearing. Anyone who wishes to come up and comment on this ordinance? Since no one is coming forward, we will close the public hearing section and move on to the to the adoption of ordinance number 3-2022. May I have a motion?
Motion, Mayor.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Loyd, second by Mr. Schlack. I will call for a roll call vote.
All right, Mayor. I have a motion by Councilman Loyd, supported by Councilman Schlack, and this is for the adoption of ordinance number 3-2022, an ordinance of the City of Allen Park Code of Ordinances amending Chapter 26 offenses by the addition of Division 4 nitrous oxide to Article 6 offenses against public morals to regulate the sale, distribution, possession, and use of certain chemical agents and devices known as nitrous oxide, commonly known as whippets. Shall this ordinance pass? Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
Councilman Lally?
Yes.
Councilman Loyd?
Yes.
Councilman Marcos?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
Yes.
And Councilman Valerius?
Yes.
The resolution has passed. This ordinance will be published as a manner prescribed by law and then put into effect shortly after that. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. And now we move on to council comments, and this evening we will start with Mr. Lally.
I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight, except everybody left. I do want to thank my family for, the whole family is here tonight. The whole family up there. Thank you for coming. And I want to thank all the softball girls for the championship, and Abigail Russell, shot put. I used to do shot put when I was shot put in high school, but I didn't go throw that far. Wow, that's a long field. God bless her. And she's a sophomore. She's going to be good next year and the year after. And I want to thank all the officers that was engaged today, Officer Vanderra, Jimmy Vanderra, and Officer Byrne. And there is a function coming up in the Knights of Columbus hosting a ride for the honor guards. And I hope you guys all attend. It's August the 14th. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony. They're going to drive all the way around from clubs to clubs and everything else, American Legion, VFW, the Elks, the Knights of Columbus, and they're going to end up back in our place here in Allen Park, and they're going to have some music and stuff like that. So it'd be a lot of fun. Other than that, I want to say good night and God bless.
Thank you.
I just, looking at the group of girls that we had in front of us, it's pretty impressive because not only are they amazing athletes and an amazing team, but they're also stellar kids. Many of those kids I had in my classroom and did exceptionally well academically, just incredibly polite, and it's a cool thing because it reminds us like sports are awesome and it's great that we have those opportunities to go out and excel in athletic endeavors, but it does so much more than hitting a ball or putting a shot. It builds character. It builds all these things that make a great individuals. And it's kind of crazy. This is an amazing year for Allen Park High School sports. We have 4 state championships, 2 individuals from the same person, and then 2 teams. And I think that, I believe Ashton was on the cheer team as well, so she was a state champion in 2 different sports this year, which I would be very interested to go back in the record books. I don't know if that's ever been done, or if it has, it's been a very, very long time. And Abigail, she's in my AP class, so she was a phenomenal kid. The last time I think that we had a state champion in 2 events in track and field was going back to 2003, so almost 20 years. So it was a really, really cool year to be involved in Allen Park athletics, and it was very nice to be able to have them here today. So thank you, and I yield.
Councilman Valerius.
Had they all still been here, I was going to remind them that I was a teacher too. At one of their biggest competitor schools, Woodhaven, and they actually beat them twice this year. I was scorekeeping at one of the games, but truly a remarkable achievement. Like Dan says, teaching at Cabrini and seeing them win back-to-back state championships in softball. Yeah, academics is really cool, and it does do a lot in regards to building them up as responsible young adults, but you know, I think it transcends everything too, the teamwork and academics and everything as well. So I wanted to thank everyone and tell everyone how much I appreciate seeing everyone due to my absence last council meeting. It's good to be back. Also just wanted to, since Tony was acknowledging his family, I just wanted to publicly acknowledge my wife and my 28th wedding anniversary last Saturday. So I just wanted to put that on a public record as well. So
Hey, there you go.
with
Will she
that,
watch these?
no.
Oh,
Heck no. And with that, I yield my time.
Councilman Schlack.
I'll be quick. Definitely want to say thank you to the new officers that came. I'm sure they're going to do a great job to our community. And I can't say it better than my 2 colleagues there that are teachers that see kids like this every day do great things. It's quite the feat to hear all these championships, and something I certainly don't want to get used to because I want them to keep coming. So congratulations again. And with that, thank you for everyone that came. Thank you for the Lally family for all showing up in full regard in the back row there. And with that, I yield my time and see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Blevins.
First off, I just want to say, fashion, that little kid with the bow tie, I was just like, yeah, he knows his stuff, let me tell you. First off, thank you all for coming. I want to say good job to Els Asphalt for the community park. I did give some residents over there messaging me saying thank you for getting that done. They do appreciate it. I hope now that we can start budgeting on Champagne Park parking lot. I know it's a big deal and all this, but it's something that needs to get done, just like at Arno Street and everything. Keep supporting local businesses. Keep supporting our events. Like I said before, if you didn't get the magazine, they have all the events in for this year in there. Also, with it being summer, a lot of people walk, ride bikes, motorcycles, everything. Please drive safe. I've seen so much car accidents lately, and but just if you are in a rush to get somewhere, it's better to slow down and get there, be safe, or leave earlier. But again, just be safe. And with that, good job with the yard signs for the street fair. It's great communication throughout the city to know about that. And but with that, God bless, stay positive, and I yield.
Thank you. Councilman Marcos.
Hi, I wanted to obviously thank the 2 new officers and Chief Egan for doing a great job always out there recruiting and trying to keep the holes filled. He's actively recruiting and doing a great job with it. Also, Abigail Russell, as a sophomore, this is incredible what she's done. And she's got 2 more years in high school, which is just, who knows what her limits are. She's going to be even more amazing. The girls softball team, I've watched them play. They're tremendous, great athletes, and like you guys have said about sports and school, it helps build more character with these kids when they're participating in dedication and work they put into these sports. So congratulations to them. Last thing is, I'd like to see more people come. My usual message, we need some butts in these seats. We want some citizens here. And some of these guys have said, well, if we don't have citizens, we don't have problems. I'd like to believe that. But I'd still like to see people come. We still appreciate their comments and their input. So thank you and good night.
Thank you. Mike, do you like to add anything?
I actually do, Mayor. It's in regards to the voter information cards that were mailed out. All of you should have received one. We're getting a lot of questions like, why isn't there a signature line? Because it is not a voter identification card, okay? We've made that switch to where your license pretty much is. That's your voter information card. So that's just tells you where to vote, what districts you're in, stuff like that. I mean, you can still keep it on you, but we have had a lot of people say, you know, it doesn't have the signature, I like my voter ID. I'm like, well, when was the last time you were asked for it? Been well over a decade, so. Also, with the August 2nd primary coming up, a lot of people are getting their absentee ballots still, and some people still go to the polls. But please remember that this is a primary and that you can only vote in one party section. You cannot cross that party section. I know a lot of people get angry at us because they think we're trying to set the rule. No, that's a state of Michigan law. That's how it is in what we call an open primary. In the old days, you had to declare a party, and the clerk's office sent you a Republican ballot or a Democrat ballot, similar to presidential primaries, which now I confuse you why I don't bring this stuff up. All right. Bear with me. We're not doing anything that we're as an extra step or anything. But also remember to vote August 2nd. Still time for an absentee ballot. With that, thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Thank you, Mike. I'm going to ask our attorney to give us some information also.
Good evening again. Today we received notice from the governor as well as the attorney general that the proposed charter amendment has been approved. And what this charter amendment is, and though there will be more discussion about it in the meetings to come, but the charter amendment is going to ask the voters whether or not they want to convert the treasurer position which currently is an elected position, into a appointed position. The legal affairs crafted a proposed ballot language for this. This council adopted a resolution to put it on the ballot on June 14th. So it's been approved by the Attorney General as well as the Governor. And this also was vetted by the existing treasurer, and various people were interviewed before this was proposed.
Thank you, Joe. My closing comments, again, want to congratulate and welcome the two new officers. As everyone knows, we are very, very happy to have them, and we hope that they reach out to some of their fellow officers and tell them what a great place this is to work. Again, recognizing all the high school athletes this year, and one of the things that was pointed out, going back to the cheer team, was also pointed out at the last night's school board meeting, is that all of the championships this year we can attribute to the women. So keep up the good work, ladies, and more power to you. I know that we have council members who would like to see more people in the audience, and I am always pleased to see individuals. But I think the comment and my observation is that when things are running smoothly in a city, most people, and I've been one of them, we're very content. We're satisfied with the services we're receiving. We like our neighbors. We like the events that are put on. And so we just go on with our lives and focus on other things. We do have a lot of information, and I know there's probably that are sitting here on this council that may not have come to every meeting either, but they did pay attention. They either watched council meetings on television, or nowadays, you can click on that little video icon on our city's website any time of day, 24/7, you can watch this council meeting. You can fast forward and you can repeat. It's full of information. The agenda and all the support documents are on our city's website, including the city administrator's report. So you're fully aware of everything that's going on in the city. And if you have questions, yes, come and raise them, come and ask us. But you do owe it to yourselves, and you owe it to us to be well-informed when you come. There's plenty of information out there. Please avail yourselves of that information. I'd also like to encourage people to take a look and maybe attend some of the various board and commission meetings that go on in our city. You've heard several of them mentioned here, the Festivities Commission for one. We've got the DDA Board of Directors. We've got a Beautification Commission. We've got a Historical Commission. They are all listed on the city's website. They all hold meetings, some of them more regularly than others. But go in and sit in on some of those and see what some of your fellow residents are doing for you and for this city and the contribution that they're making. And maybe give a little consideration to giving us some of your time too, because I'm always looking for people who want to contribute to this city. And there's a lot of individuals out there who have lots of talents, skills, and abilities that we could surely use. And slowly but surely, I've been bringing a few more in, getting a few more applications, which always thrills me. And I think if you see what these commissions and boards do, it's a great benefit. And I, again, encourage you to please be participants. With that, thank everyone who did come and attend, and I will call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Blevins, seconded by Mr. Lally. Those are the two voices I heard the loudest. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 6:57 p.m.